Assess where you're investing. What fills your to-do list and your heart should be what matters most. That's what we're discussing today with award-winning author and speaker Stacy Hawkins Adams. It's always good to have you on a Monday.
Thank you.
Okay, so even assessing, taking that moment to assess is so important, especially at this time of year. I think many of us are getting back into the routine, and you're saying assess what you're investing your time and energy into.
Absolutely, because at the start of a week, and then we're entering a new month soon. We'll be in September next week, and it's the final quarter of the year. We have a tendency to look at our to-do list, and I start a to-do list every night. I end my current workday by starting a to-do list for tomorrow, and I start the week with a to-do list for the week. So we've got this long list of to-dos, all the things we have to do. So what I'm suggesting is let's look at those things and ask ourselves, what do we want to do, and what must we do to become the person we want to be?
That's so important because it's so easy for our day to run us instead of for us to intentionally run our day. And I have a cousin who always says, you make the list, the to-do list you made. And so we can be really intentional about what goes on there, but how do you keep everyone else's urgent things from taking over?
That's when you sit with a long list and you ask yourself, where do I really want to invest my time? What's going to feed my soul? What's going to help me accomplish my purpose? What's going to help me feel sane at the end of the day? Because you got to have some things on there like, okay, I just want the sink to be clean, or I need to just open the mail today. So what are those practical tasks? What are those aspirational goals? And what are those things that are going to make me feel my best self? That's a long list. And then you kind of take those bite-sized steps of what is really doable today? What's doable this week? And over this last quarter of the year, what can I get accomplished by December? And when I get to the finish line of December, what will I have been most proud of? So that's how you carve out not the things that you should do always, but the things that you must do to be your best self.
I need to write those questions down in a checklist so that every week or maybe even every day we can keep those at the forefront. I have started doing a top 3 list for each day. I almost told you all about it before we started the segment, but I figured I should get your tips first. And that's really focusing on those big things. Because one of the problems people have is your to-do list being longer than what you can actually achieve in a day, and that impacts the way you feel about how the day went.
Right. It can lead to frustration, it can lead to doubt, it can make you feel like you can't accomplish anything. But the other part of that is sometimes we're so good at so many different things, and people who love us and work with us, they'll call us to do those things, but are those things that we're meant to do? Are those the things that are moving our goals forward, our purpose forward? And so we have to have the courage to say no to some good things to save space for those great things.
Saving space is so important, and I think what you're saying is you need to reorganize that to-do list so that there's some things. They always say save first, pay yourself first. And so this is that same concept, paying yourself in the ways that are going to be the most rewarding for you, and then we'll focus on all the other things that fall to the list as well.
Yes, because when you are your best self, again, when you focused on feeling your own well, you really are pouring more fully into others and giving them more than they even imagine they could receive from you.
Absolutely. And this is an ongoing journey. Every day, every month can look a little bit different. So for those who are trying to get their to-do list back in order, what are some of those recommendations, things we can do today to start filling our cup differently?
Love that. And I will say too, as you said, it's a journey. It's a journey that you can reassess every 6 months, every year, every 5 years, because we grow and change. So the to-do list we created 2 years ago may be very different from what we would want to do today. But if you start today, you do start with, what do I really want to do today? What really will make me feel accomplished by the end of this day? Is it tackling the emails? Is it making the beds? Is it making space for dinner where everyone leaves their phones in another room? So what are those things that are going to make me feel personally most accomplished? That's investing in myself. And then what's going to make me feel accomplished in terms of my task list? And again, when I say purpose, that could be your work, that could be your family, the things that give you the most meaning in life.
Now, setting the boundary.
Yes.
That's important too as you create the list. How do you create those boundaries with others?
For me, I always lead with love. So I will say, I'm saying this with love, but it's a no today. I'm saying not now, but not now doesn't mean not ever. Or I hear you, I understand, and still. So again, it's really respecting yourself. It's really like when I work with my writing students, I'll tell them, put on your calendar that you have a date with yourself. It might be to write for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. So when that girlfriend calls and says, oh, you can do that tomorrow, let's go to dinner, you say, no, I have a prior commitment. And you honor that prior commitment to yourself. So it's the same thing with your to-do list.
Making space on your calendar and your to-do list for yourself. It's so important, and those are great tips to get us kicked off on a Motivational Monday. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
We always look forward to having you in the studio, and we'll see you again next time. Stacy offers weekly Motivational Monday newsletters by email. If you're interested in subscribing, you can visit stacyhawkinsadams.com.